Hello everybody and welcome back yet again to another drum playthrough review. Thank you all for tuning in and stopping by. It's great to have everybody here, and for all of you who are brand new, hi and welcome. My name is Nick. I'm a drummer and a multi-instrumentalist, and we do videos like these so that way we can learn from drummers who are much better than we are, analyze their technique into a nice and easy to digest form, and break that down so that way we can learn it better and make ourselves better musicians. And we've got a legend that we're going to be reviewing on the channel today, guys. Unfortunately, earlier this year, we did lose this man. Unfortunately, he passed away. I don't know 100% of what, but regardless, it was a sad day. His name is Aaron Spears, and we're going to be checking out a drum playthrough that he did with Tomon Sessions. I have always heard of Aaron Spears. I never really listened to a whole lot of the stuff that he made, and he never served as like a direct inspiration for me, but I do know that a lot of people in the drumming community for sure really looked up to this guy. And he was somebody that a lot of people really enjoyed listening to and enjoyed watching and looking up to. So we're going to be reviewing this video today in honor of Aaron. Obviously, rest in peace, buddy. You will be missed by many and many. And I think even if he never served as a direct inspiration to, say, for example, me or other people possibly, we can always take a look and see what his work was, admire it, and learn from it. So without further ado, guys, let's jump in. Let's take a look and see what he's got going on in this playthrough, because Aaron was a really cool teacher, and I think there's always something we can learn from him, even if he's with us or not.
Before we start, though, I check my YouTube analytics, as any good creator should, and only about 0.7% of you guys are actually subscribed to the channel. What are you guys doing with your lives? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. We do a lot of fun stuff and a lot of videos just like this on here. We're going to have a lot more fun content coming your way, so stick around. It's going to be a fun journey.
All right. Well, without further ado, guys, let's check it out. Let's see what he's got going on. So this is not going to be metal today, obviously, as you can hear, because overall we're just reviewing drums, and this is a young Aaron Spears here. Very nice and loose, I will say that for sure. He's got very good pocket and very good groove. And I believe, are those the Zildjian K series cymbals? Yes, they are. I can't remember if it's Zildjian K that owns them or if it's somebody else. Yeah, it's Zildjian. Okay. The one thing I will say that you learn about Aaron is that he's got total freedom of expression on the kit. Like, even then, just like, that's, you know, just cool little chops that he just throws in out of nowhere. And even just how he expresses himself, even if he's only using 3 pieces, his hi-hat, his snare, his kick, he can express himself perfectly with that. Perfect ghost notes in there for feeling. He's doing kind of like a shuffle pattern on the hi-hat a little bit. That's what I'm talking about right there, man. But just look at his face the whole time. He's relaxed. He's playing some nice and intricate and technical chops, and he's just relaxed the entire time. I do like how they shift out the camera focus to highlight the bell as well. That's, you know, I like that. I will say the one thing about the cymbals that he's got, the K series from Zildjian, very bright sounding series. And I know it might sound dumb me saying that, seeing as how they're very vibrant cymbals already as it is. They look very bright, but it's like, you'd be surprised with cymbals. Some cymbals can look like they'd be bright, and they are not at all. They have a very dark tone. But he's just got an excellent sense of timing about him. And then he's just adding in these shreddy little fills on there, which is really cool. That's cool. That's split up between his, what is he doing? He's doing left, 2 rights, and then 2 kicks. Yeah. Kind of like a 6-stroke roll, I think, that he was just doing there. You'd be surprised, though, like I will commonly say, how many of these crazy little fills and intricate stuff that he's doing, all the shredding, is just based off of some simple rudiments like paradiddles, paradiddle-diddles, 6-stroke rolls, flams, and all that stuff. Very sick. I liked that. Well, I see his channel is linked right there, so we are going to link that down below. Obviously, rest in peace to Aaron. What an absolute goat. It is sad to see that he's gone. But without further ado, let's jump into the review. Let's talk about a couple things. The mighty Aaron Spears, man. Definitely rest in peace. So for one, like I will say with his technique and all that, he's keeping things very nice and loose. A lot of the stuff that he's doing is wrist technique, and a lot of it is just mostly really nice and light. And you'd be surprised, wrist technique usually I do promote as a very power-centric technique, and that is because most of the time drummers will use that when they're trying to get really big hits and whatnot, because there's a lot of muscles in the forearm that the wrist activates, and I just hit my wall up here. You'll notice if you just watch my forearm right here, right, when I contract my wrist, you'll see the muscles in my forearm contract with that. Those muscles are going to be what's actually part of the wrist technique in its entirety. Not even just, you know, the other parts of the muscle as well, but even just a big factor of it, even without moving other muscles, is going to be all those muscles that involve the wrist. And that's a lot of muscles that will contribute to that power. But the other cool thing about wrist technique is that it can also be a very nice and gentle technique if you want it to be. See, that's the cool part about wrist technique, and that's why I really like wrist technique so much, because there's a lot of control. Because you can control how fast you want to go, how slow you want to go, how hard you want to go, how soft you want to go. Whereas when it comes to certain finger techniques, you kind of can really only go so slow with it, otherwise it's not going to be effective anymore. The cool thing that you see that he's doing in there, he's using a lot of ghost notes, he's using a lot of chops and stuff like that, and all that is stuff that's basically based off of rudiments, which is a combination of patterns and a combination of techniques formed into strings that form coherent pieces of music that are ultimately serving as the foundation for a lot of different types of drum beats out there. You can obviously go study all these rudiments online. I'm sure there's about 1,000 different tutorials on different rudiments out there, all the basics and everything. One thing I recommend highly more than anything else in the whole world, get yourself this book here. This is the Standard of Excellence. This is book 2, Drums and Mallet Percussion. My guys, this has everything you want in it as it is. They've got accelerators with all the notations on there. They've got, for drum kits, mallet percussion and all sorts of stuff, all sorts of time signatures, all sorts of fun. And the reason why I recommend getting book 2 and not getting book 1, the thing is, if you get book 1, that's cool and all, but book 1 is going to be focusing on the very basics. Book 2 has all of those included in the back section, including, if you can see right there, all your basics. They're going to be included in the back of the book. So that's everything basically that you need to know from book 1 included in the back of there. I highly recommend getting that book and running through a couple different pieces that are in there and just running through some of the rudiment lines and all that they've got, because that ultimately will help benefit your drumming more than anything. Start out slow when you're practicing these rudiments, obviously. Practice them slow, get them built into your muscle memory, and then slowly increase the tempo from there until it's a really nice, clean, fast sound. But yeah, absolutely. Get yourself a rudiment book. Get yourself a book that's got all sorts of these little chains in here, all sorts of these little compositions, and start practicing some of them, because I guarantee some of these compositions you'll be able to use in these chops. And I guarantee you that's where a lot of these jazz drummers, a lot of these funk and soul drummers and all those guys have learned how to do all those crazy chops in there. It's because of those books. It's because of stuff like that they've learned when they were in high school, that they learned from compositions that people pre-composed for them and had them learn, so that way they could translate that and make it into their own and add that onto their live sets and part of their drum solos as well. It's absolutely fantastic stuff to learn. But yeah, what an absolute phenomenal inspiration Mr. Aaron Spears is. Rest in peace, obviously. Once again, you will be greatly missed, my friend. And with all that being being said, y'all, that's the end of this video. So thank you all for tuning in and stopping by. It's great to have everybody here. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you thought down below in the video. Start a conversation with me. And with all that being said, y'all, that's the end. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers. Have a great rest of your night, and God bless.